Hey guys, we are on day 9 of the 12 days of Christmas Nativity Advent family event. I hope you're having fun. I'm guessing you're getting more anxious to open gifts. I am too, but I am actually more anxious to watch my kids open gifts because as a dad, I have found that watching my kids open gifts are more fun than actually me opening gifts. I've already got my gift, but you need to grab yours. But you can't do that without gift unwrapping music, can you? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, go get your gifts. All right, do you have your gift? I hope you remembered, by the way, to hit the pause button so you didn't miss this. But it is time now to open that gift. Let's do it. Man, every day we get these green ones. And I bet you could figure out what today's gift was, huh? Yep, if you didn't see it already, if you didn't figure it out already, if you know the story. Yes, there he is. Wiseman number 3. Wiseman number 3. Now, before we look at Mr. Wiseman number 3, I have a question for you. Do you remember what we learned about the wise men? A really important thing when it comes to the nativity scene. Though we are talking about the wise men and we are putting the wise men in our nativity scene, you can probably see them back there. The wise men were not actually there. We learned that from the Bible. We're going to learn something else that we learned from tradition that might not be true. Matthew chapter 2, verse 11. Matthew chapter 2, verse 11. And going into the house, they saw the child with Mary, his mother, and they fell down and worshipped him. Then opening their treasures, they offered him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. So we see again that this was a while after he was in the manger. They went into the house. They found not the baby, but they found the child. And then it says they opened their treasure. They worshiped him and they opened their treasure. They brought Jesus gifts. So I have a question for you first. A question about the wise men. Here's the new thing we're going to learn today. How many wise men were there? You probably answered 3, right? Because we have 1, 2, 3 wise men. We have songs about 1, 2, 3 kings, right? We sing about these things at Christmas time. We see them everywhere. If you're in a Christmas play, there are 3 wise men, but the Bible doesn't tell us how many they are. We just know there's more than one. So where in the world do we come up with this idea of 3? Well, here's why. We read it right here in our passage today. Look again at the end of verse 11. It says, then opening their treasures, they offered him gifts of what? Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. 3 gifts they offered. And so our tradition tells us there were 3 wise men. We don't know for sure. And we know they weren't there, but we're still going to put our wise men right with our nativity set. Just remember what the Bible says about them. They came and they presented gifts to Jesus. Remember I said that's what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about giving gifts instead of getting gifts, even though we got to open another gift today. Today is more about giving gifts. The wise men traveled as far as they did just to simply worship Jesus and give him gifts. It's easy for us to get all wrapped up in all the things we want for Christmas. There's been a million commercials about everything you need for Christmas. You've probably been in the stores and you've probably seen all kinds of toys and cool things that you need for Christmas, and you've asked Mom for those things, or you've asked Dad and you've made a Christmas list because you want to get stuff, don't you? We all want to get stuff, but man, is it fun to give stuff. And it's really fun to give stuff to Jesus. Over the past several days, we've talked about this amazing gift of salvation that God has offered to us. And Romans chapter 12 tells us how we should respond to that. It says that we should present our bodies as a living sacrifice. Present, to give like a gift. We should give excitedly our lives to Christ. If you watch Mom and Dad or Grandma and Grandpa or whoever it is that's giving you gifts, when they pull that biggest box out from underneath the tree and they give it to you. Man, they're excited. They can't wait. I love to give my kids gifts because I love to watch their face and I love to watch the excitement. We should give our lives to Jesus that way. So grateful for what he's done for us that we say, Jesus, I want to give treasures to you. And the biggest treasure that we can give, the best treasure you and I can give is our lives. And say, Jesus, what do you want me to do for you? What is it that you want me to do with my life? How can I serve you best with my life? Remember, we have learned that we have a responsibility to tell other people about Jesus and to be a light. Where does Jesus want us to do that? How does Jesus want us to do that? I know some of you are young, but have you ever asked yourself or thought about maybe Jesus wants you to be a pastor or a missionary? Maybe Jesus wants you to just go across the street and tell your neighbor about him. That's all part of offering our lives as a gift to him. Have you ever thought about what you could give to Jesus? What talents has he given you that you can use for him? Maybe you're into sports and you could play sports and build relationships with people and be able to tell them about Jesus. Maybe you like to draw. Maybe you like to do other things. What do you have? What is it that you can do? How can you this Christmas give a gift to Jesus? Today, I want you to talk to your parents and figure out what is it that you can give to Jesus. How can you serve him today? So we're going to take our Wiseman number 3, and we're going to put him over in our nativity scene. We're going to put him by the other two, and we'll see you tomorrow.